So hello everyone, in this audio class we will discuss the 20 most important questions from the chapter Human Geography, Nature and Scope. These questions will be very much important for your upcoming KVS and VS Geography interview. So let's get started with the question number 1. What is human geography? So human geography is the study of interrelationship between the physical environment and the socio-cultural environment created by human beings through mutual interaction. For example, the Himalayas influence settlement while people build roads, tunnels through them. Next question, how is human geography different from physical geography? So physical geography studies natural phenomena, whereas human geography studies people and their relationship with nature. For example, a river is a physical geography, irrigation and transport using the river are human geography. Next question, why is geography called an integrative discipline? So because it integrates natural sciences and social sciences. It studies both nature and human together rather than separately. For example, fertile soil, it is a physical feature that supports agriculture, that is a human feature. Next question, why is human geography considered dynamic? Because human society, technology and culture continuously change over time and space. For example, Dubai transformed a desert into a modern city through technology. Next question, what is the role of technology in human geography? So technology helps humans understand, adapt to and modify the environment. For example, the Netherlands reclaimed land from the sea using advanced technology. Next question, what do you mean by naturalization of humans? So naturalization of humans means humans adapt themselves according to the conditions of nature. In the early stage of civilization, people depended directly on nature. For example, Eskimos wear fur clothes and live in igloos to survive in cold climate. Next question, what is humanization of nature? So humanization of nature means humans modify nature with the help of technology to meet their needs. For example, construction of dams, canals and smart cities changes the natural landscape. Next question, explain environmental determinism. So environmental determinism states that nature controls human life and human activities. In primitive societies, people were largely controlled by climate and relief. For example, desert people had limited agriculture because of low rainfall. Next question, what are the limitations of environmental determinism? So it ignores human intelligence, technology and innovation. Today, humans can overcome many environmental constraints. For example, Israel practices agriculture in desert areas using modern irrigation. Next question, what is possibilism? So possibilism states that nature provides opportunities but humans choose how to use them through technology and skills. For example, the Netherlands reclaimed land from sea. Next question, which philosophy is more relevant today, determinism or possibilism? So today possibilism is more relevant because technology enables humans to modify the environment. However, this modification should be sustainable. Next question, what is neo-determinism? So neo-determinism is the middle path between determinism and possibilism. It says humans can modify nature but should respect environmental limits. For example, sustainable development and renewable energy. Next question, why is technology considered the key factor in human geography? So technology strengthens the relationship between humans and natures. It helps humans understand, utilize and conserve resources. For example, drip irrigation increases agricultural productivity while saving water. Next question, what is behavioral geography? So behavioral geography studies how human decisions and perceptions influence geographical activities. For example, two farmers may choose different crops under the same climatic conditions. Next question, what is welfare geography? So welfare geography focuses on improving the quality of life and reducing regional inequalities. For example, equal access to education, healthcare and drinking water. Next question, what is radical geography? So radical geography examines social and economic inequalities and their spatial patterns. For example, unequal distribution of wealth between urban slums and developed city centers. Next question, differentiate between regional geography and systematic geography. So regional geography studies all geographical aspects of one region, whereas systematic geography studies one geographical phenomenon across different regions. For example, studying West Bengal as a whole is regional geography. Studying climate across India is a systematic geography. Next question, what are the major subfields of human geography? So the major subfields are social geography, population geography, settlement geography, economic geography, political geography and cultural geography. Next question, how is human geography related to other social sciences? So human geography has close links with economics, sociology, political science, anthropology and history because all study different aspects of human society. For example, economic geography is closely related to economics. Next question, what is the scope of human geography? So the scope of human geography is to study human environment interaction, population, settlement, resources, agriculture, industries, transport, urbanization and sustainable development. It helps in planning balanced regional development and improving human welfare. So there is a last bonus question from this chapter. In one sentence, what is the essence of human geography? So human geography is the study of dynamic relationship between human beings and physical environment, where nature provides opportunities and humans utilize them through technology in space and time. So thanks for listening. Keep listening for further audio classes. Thank you.